Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, thank you for joining. My name is Kelly. I am a craft creator here on YouTube and I share lots of different paper crafts, cricket crafts and project tutorials on my channel. So thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to share with you a few items that I've recently completed and they're now in my stash, so I thought I'd share those with you today and hope to give you a bit of an inspiration for your next project. So I'm just going to get straight into it and not waffle on too much today and just share with you a few items. So first of all, I'm going to show you these little summer themed embellishments that I've made recently. Really happy with these, with the finished result on these. I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. So first of all, I have this really sweet ice cream cone that I made. The die I actually designed myself in Cricut Design Space because as you know, well, you may not know, but I don't have a manual die cut machine. I've only got my Cricut, and so I decided to bodge together this shape on Design Space, and I have saved it, so if you would be at all interested in using it, I'd be happy to put it up on Design Space for you to access. But the tutorial for this is also on my channel, so I'll link that in the description. But yeah, I just wanted to make something really summery and decided to make this little ice cream. It's 3 individual pieces, so the cone, and then I have the 3 scoops of ice cream. What I've done is I have backed it on some gold glitter cardstock. The cone is made from a yellow and white polka dot patterned paper, which I've then scored. I don't know if you can see that. I've then scored that with my stylus in my Cricut. I've then glued those 2 pieces together, and then my ice cream scoops, I have used 3 different patterned papers. They're all from the same pad. I'll try and link below the paper that I've used, but I basically bought a bundle of papers from a seller on Vinted, and they're all really summery. So I have those 3 patterns and then these 2 it's basically a whole sheet of summer themed slogans. So I decided to use all of it in the same project because I thought it looked really nice together. And then so with the ice cream scoops, I then backed those onto some craft card. You can see it from behind there, some really heavyweight craft card. I've then also added a few foam squares to the blue scoop and the white scoop just to give it a bit of dimension. Added some enamel dots here as well, and then with these 2 little slogans, the wording sweet and summer, I've then backed those onto the same gold glitter cardstock and hot glued 2 little flower sequins which I had in my stash. And yeah, I'm really happy with this, how this turned out. I think what I probably would have done is, now that I've built it, is I would have rounded that cone off because I don't like how pointy it is now. So I think if I were to make this again, I'd figure out how I can round that cone off just to give it a bit more of a, so it's a little less sharp and sort of harsh basically. But overall, I am super happy with that, and I'll definitely make one again. I'm not sure whether to put this up on my Etsy shop or keep it in my stash. I'm undecided at the moment. But yeah, I think that would make a really sweet, perhaps summer themed birthday card, or if you're doing Happy Meal swaps for the summer. Yeah, I think it would look really sweet. So that's that one. And then along the same sort of theme, I decided to make, what I want to do is basically make this into a set of sort of 4 or 6 embellishments before I decide what I'm going to do with it. And I just haven't gotten around to making the others yet, but Whoops, something's fell on the floor. But with the second summer embellishment, I basically just winged this one totally. I didn't have any plan going into this one. But from the same paper pad, it was all basically summer themed, cut aparts and all different things like that. So I've basically bodged this together, but it's a little summer themed Polaroid embellishment, which I have cut out, layered with some acetate, and then added the word ocean on top. And to tie it in all together, I have backed that onto the same gold cardstock as the ice cream. Obviously added a little foam square just to give it a bit of dimension, and then I have added these two tiny stars, and they are from my own homemade paper sequins, which I use lots of old scraps, and I just make my own paper sequins basically, and they just came from that. And I thought the colours tied in very nicely and they matched the ice cream. And then I've obviously added two little enamel dots on there as well, just for something extra. But yeah, I think what I want to do is, like I say, make this into a set of 6 or possibly 4, and then package it up and either save it as Happy Mail, or I might just keep them in my stash and see what I can do with them. But that's those 2 little embellishments that I've made that I'm really happy with. So there's those, and then not much else to share with you really. I've been busy but doing other things, and I want to share these items that I'm keeping for now. And the other thing I've made is this lovely card, and this is a new baby card which I'm gonna keep in my stash just in case I need it, or again I might list it on my Etsy shop because I do have other cards on there that I have listed, so I might do that. And yeah, this again was a bit of a labour of love. I used for the most part the Simple Stories, the Boho Baby pack. I managed to get I think it was from Craftelia. I managed to get their boho die cut pack. A lot of it was sold out. I wanted to get more, but I could only get that, and I thought I'd keep it in my stash, and I did. And yeah, so this is how this card came about really. I have basically used a piece of craft card. I've mentioned before that I love working with craft card. It's my favourite card to use. It's so versatile. So I've used that, and then what I've done is I've taken a sheet of patterned paper from a separate paper pack that I have in my stash, and I thought the colour went really well with the overall theme. I've then layered that with a piece of, now it looks like vellum, very similar to vellum, but it's actually just tracing paper. I really wanted to use a vellum piece in this card, but I didn't have any basically, so I'm using tracing paper instead, but I think it gives the same effect and looks really nice. So I've layered those 2 pieces together, and then I really wanted to make use of this little bunting. It was miles too long to add on this card, but I don't have a scrapbook layout or anything like that to use it in. So what I did was I just trimmed it down. You can see on the edge there that it's actually there's supposed to be one more little circle to either side, but I've cut those off, and then I've just pegged the bow on top so it looks like it's being it's being held on with the peg basically, and then I've hot glued the pegs to the back of the card, again just to give it some dimension. And then for decoration, what I've done is, from the same pack, is I've taken this lovely little sunshine and the cloud, and I've layered those together, mounted the sunshine on some, I don't know if you can see it, on some foam squares, added 3 of those little enamel dots which work perfectly. They were from a Violet Studios card making kit, and yeah, I'm really happy with those. They've gone a really long way, so I definitely want to find some more of those. So they just finish off that cloud quite nicely. I do kind of wish that I'd backed the cloud on perhaps a silver cardstock or something, maybe a white cardstock, because it does look, it gets lost a little bit, but I can live with that. I'm happy with it overall. And then for the Hello Baby words, I have taken some alpha stickers. Again, I'll try and link below or add below who they're by, because I can't remember off the top of my head. I've backed those onto some card which I have in my stash, and basically just freehand cut those around and mounted those on with some foam squares. And then the other little shapes, the other little die cuts, they came from the same Boho Baby pack, and I've just glued those on and then added a little enamel dot onto the flower. So yeah, so that's the card, and then on the inside I've obviously left it blank for whoever ends up with it. If I sell it, then the person can write their note in there, or if I gift it, then I've got lots of space to write a message. And then this piece of paper was from the same pack that I got this leaf print paper from, and that's from my stash. So yeah, I thought it tied in quite nicely. So I've tried to keep it quite gender neutral. I don't really fall into like blue for boys, pink for girls. I'm quite happy to mix and match. But I wanted to make it quite like bohemian and quite gender neutral. So whoever ends up with it, it could quite easily go to a boy or a girl. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I definitely want to make another one. I don't have much of the Boho Baby stuff left, so I'm going to try and find some more somewhere if I can, and add some more to my stash. But yeah, what I will do eventually is probably decorate the envelope that it goes in, but I haven't done that yet. As I say, I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with this card anyway. So if I end up gifting it, then I will probably decorate the envelope as well. So again, I'll use some more of the same die cuts, so it all ties in quite nicely. But yeah, that's the Boho Baby card, and that's it that I've got to share for you. So thank you for watching this video if you made it to the end. And like I say, if you liked it, please like this video and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.